Your butt is dumb.
Your butt's face is dumb.
We're live.
Butt is dumb.
Yep.
And
all
live.
Of that.
Faces, butts, and butts, faces.
Yep.
Guys, hello.
Faces and butt all the way down.
If you
all faces in all butts.
Okay, all right. If you are watching this later, you can skip this butt face talk and go forward about, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll start the podcast officially. In the meantime, we're going to let people stream on in and...
Like Olestra from a butt.
Oh, shut
that
up.
Streams out, actually.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
So instead of like Facebook, what about Facebook? And it's like a social network for people who want to eat that booty like it's groceries. We pair booty eaters with those who like to have their booties eaten.
I think that's just any, like,
Yeah,
lookup
that's just called FetLife.
I thought that was for like people tying each other up and asphyxiating each other and shit.
Well, I mean that too, but there's lots of fetishes on FetLife.
I mean, is analingus like even a fetish? It seems like the millennial youths are really into it these days. It's become mainstream.
I don't think it's as mainstream as you think it is.
I don't think it's as mainstream as you wish that it was.
Yeah. Well,
God, no.
The internet is full of porn teaching us things that are not actually accurate.
The Ted Cruz liking that porn tweet. It was exactly like fucking Kofeve, because I'm like, oh, well, I can finally go to bed at a decent hour tonight. Oh, might as well check my Twitter feed one last time. What the hell is happening? Start our recorders?
What?
Did we start our recorders? I didn't.
No, because it's not.
Okay.
I mean, we're starting a little bit early, so I figure sometimes we let people trickle in first and then start the recording while we're just waiting. And
okay. You know, I'm still new at this, and for a second I was like, oh shit, either they did it without me somehow, or I just blanked out that memory, which happens, right? You know, like what's a little dissociative fugue moment among friends?
Yep. But yeah, no worries. We'll get there, I promise.
Oh, hooray!
Oh, huzzah.
Huzzah and shit. Speaking of the Renfest, man, shit has been crazy out in Kansas City.
Why?
From what I'm hearing all over Facebook. So, I have friends who play the brothel wenches out there.
Should you be saying this in like a public forum?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm stopping you and just checking.
Okay, so without giving any specifics, apparently there are men out there that are like, they're not working there, they're just dressing up as pirates and using that as an excuse to go around and sexually harass people.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
They're just patrons?
Yeah, they're not even like paid workers who are assholes, although God knows there's plenty of those. Like who are pirates at the Renaissance Festival.
I thought it was a patron's job to sexually harass people.
I mean, some of them, sure, but like some of them are just nice weirdos who enjoy wearing costumes every weekend but not getting paid for it.
I mean, that is definitely true.
And like, patrons are some of the nicest, most generous people I've ever encountered at Renaissance festivals. But as was pointed out, there's something about patrons dressed as pirates that brings out the worst in humanity.
That's interesting. I feel like most patrons go the route of the pirate just because it's simple.
I don't know. Like, I guess I've seen so many patrons over time that I can't really say. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a majority of pirates. Like a lot of them do, but I don't know if it's more than any other kind. But yeah, apparently like this year is just they're thick as flies and shit.
Thick as thieves?
like you're, you and someone
like
are
a
close
pirate?
together. You're thick as thieves, like.
Yeah, no, I know. I just because pirates they thievery stuff. They thievery stuff.
They thievery stuff. Yeah. You were good.
That were real good.
You tried.
An attempt was made. So yeah, that's what I meant by stuff that's crazy. But anyway, said
I look forward to hearing more about this when we're not live streaming.
yes, yeah. Apparently, though, all has been taken care of, at least with the particularly offensive groups. So there's that. So
It was a group?
ladies of the Renaissance Festival in Kansas City, you can go out and huzzah your huzzahs.
And not have to worry about somebody else huzzahing your huzzahs.
Right? Like, and Lord knows, pirates are the thirstiest of thirsty fuckboys.
Yes.
And you know how much we love fuckboys here at the Damsels of Dorkington.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, just can't get enough of those thirsty ass fuckboys.
Love them.
Kitty, what is your deal?
You know what I
She's
love?
like wandering. Oh, go
Amanda,
for
what do you love?
Consent.
Oh!
Oh, that's a great thing.
I know, right?
That's not what pirates go for.
I'm always reminded of like that Disney Kids thing where there's like Jeremy the pirate or some cartoon thing, and he's like this in his little pirate costume, and it says, "A good pirate never takes someone else's property." I'm like,
That's literally
actually
like the definition of pirate.
Yeah. I would say a bad pirate never takes anyone's property, meaning that he's bad at being a pirate.
Right. In that he's not at all a pirate now.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I mean, even someone who is by alignment good, I mean, could maybe be a privateer. Like, that at least they're operating within the bounds of law, and maybe they're privateering against a really shitty, evil country. I don't fucking know. But, I mean, you're still taking people's stuff.
That's true.
Like, I mean, I'm thinking you could be chaotic good at best, even as a privateer. But yeah, taking stuff that belongs to you is never okay, but it's especially not okay when it's somebody's holes.
Indeed.
What was that song we made up? To teach consent to children? What?
Define we.
Wasn't it kind of a group effort?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
The song about holes.
That could be so many things.
I was gonna say, I know not of what you speak.
It was like a little a ditty to teach children about consent by talking about holes.
Give me some more context here. When was this?
I don't remember. Like, how often are we hanging out and then a song happens?
Well, I don't. Okay, that's good information. We were hanging out in person.
Yes.
Okay. Now ballpark it for me. Was it like last Gen Con or was it like 4 years ago?
Oh, I have no clue on that. Like, Amanda was there, so that's about the
sometime in the last
frame
5 years then, so
oh good.
Not that much.
Who knows? I've got holes, you've got holes, we've got holes. Don't put things in anybody's holes unless they say you can.
Are you sure that was us?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, who else would have been hanging out with?
I literally don't know, but I have no recollection of anything like that.
I swear to God, we made that up. Like, we talked about it, and like, that's because that was its final form, but I think it went through like some slight revision.
I mean, that sounds vaguely familiar to me, but I don't know if that's just because that's the sort of thing we do, or if I'm actually remembering something for reals.
For realsies.
For reals. I mean, well, even if no one else remembers it, there you go, parents of the world. You can use the song about holes to teach your children about consent, which is one of our favorite things.
Indeed.
All right. posts are out. And
Not my posts.
Not my post toasties. And I think that I'm okay. Do you guys have your recording software ready?
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna retweet.
No, I will not hold on for 1 second.
Come join us as we sing about holes.
You've got holes. I've got holes. We've all got holes.
You.
Don't stick things
Don't
in
put
somebody
things in
else's
them.
holes.
Unless they say
can.
you can.
Yes.
Simple, easy enough for anyone to understand. All kids can relate to having a hole.
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh,
Because, I mean, if they didn't have any holes, they, first of all, wouldn't be able to communicate, and second of all, would probably be dead.
oh no, guys. Josh just
What?
posted a baby hedgehog in the Dork Pride Worldwide group.
I totally didn't notice that already, and I'm not watching the video right now as
Oh, it's so cute.
it wiggles its little nose.
Oh, it keeps hiding. Oh my god.
We were going to be responsible people
Lol.
and start the podcast on time.
It's Josh's fault.
Yep.
It usually is.
Hey, it's still 7:55.
Oh,
It is.
Yeah, that's right.
We're fine. Thank you very much.
Hello.
And I like that YouTube will just like keep auto playing baby hedgehog things. Like after that one finished, it went to a
plays a
baby
new one?
hedgehog yawning.
It's so cute, right?
I know. I have to put that away, or that's what I will do for the next hour.
I know, right? Okay. Okay, everyone, let us get our recording synced. Is everyone ready with the record button?
Yes.
Un momento, por favor.
No problem. You just let me know when you're set up.
All right, I am ready.
All right, here we go, ladies. We're going to press record in 3, 2, 1. Perfection. All right.
Yes.
Get that out of there.
Okay. Yeah, mine
Looking in
started
the Holy crap, the chat is already rocking.
I know. Damn, y'all, you blowing it up.
Holy shit, you guys. Yes, we are a little early. Amanda needs to get out of here a little bit early tonight, so we wanted to get things kicked off actually at 8 rather than getting started at 8 and waiting until 8:15.
Yep.
As that chaotic good people believe in consent.
I think lawful evil people do too.
Yeah, actually, they operate by a code of conduct. So, really, I think the only people that don't would be neutral and chaotic evil.
Mhm.
I'm a chaotic neutral person, and I firmly believe in consent.
I am also chaotic neutral.
No, you're not. You're lawful good. Don't even try to pretend to have a cool alignment.
I like to pretend to be things I'm not. That's why I'm an actor.
A lawful good actor, though.
Yeah, well, my regular life is boring, so I gotta pretend to be somebody else.
Lawful boring.
Oh my goodness.
So just because somebody's lawful good, that doesn't mean they have to be boring. You can be a paladin fuck machine, as we've discussed before.
Yeah, well, maybe someday. Oh gosh. Guys, Zach is here. He's
Zach,
going after
what up?
Rissy's phylactery.
Oh yeah, so we need to work that out. Like I if we're gonna like do this, we're gonna do it. Like I want to write up an adventure called The Lair of the Rissy, and you're gonna assemble a party and make characters of an appropriate level, like you and Bull, and that's like we're actually gonna like make this happen for reals, yo. I think John had volunteered to be the DM, so he and I need to sit down and work out like the module. And then you and your chosen party will come and try to get my phylactery.
Yep, that's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, like, so, I mean, if we're going to do this shit, we're going to do it right.
We don't half-ass things around here.
No, we don't.
That's why we've never made a parody album. Okay.
Only the plumpest of asses.
All right, motherfuckers. You have your show notes out? Let's go ahead and get this shit started. 2 minutes early, I will have you all note. I'm proud of myself, okay? All right. Okay, you weirdo. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Hello, and welcome to episode 58 of the Dork Pridecast. My name is Blythe.
I'm Rissy.
And I'm Amanda. We make up a comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington, and this is our podcast, which is also funny, depending on how much you like poop jokes and dick jokes and whether or not you're drunk. So, here we go.
I'm not drunk yet.
Well, then, we're not going to be very funny.
Wait, we are doing, like, we're doing the bonus drunken episodes at some point? The Drunk Pridecast? We're going to continue that, right?
Yeah, girl.
Yes.
Although, I will say right now, if you want to be able to enjoy those visually, you better become a patron. Like, sooner than later.
I like to enjoy things visually.
Yes. Previously, we were doing them publicly and then locking them down later. So if you got in while we were doing it, you could watch it. That's no longer the case. So, although I will say...
It's a great metaphor for marriage.
It's a what?
It's a great metaphor for marriage. Like, at first, we were just giving it away publicly, but then it gets locked down. And you have to buy your way in.
The patrons asked for our hand in marriage, and we said yes. So
we did.
But only for the drunken times.
Our drunken hand in marriage.
Exactly. Our
collective drunken hand in marriage. Like we're some kind of triune goddess.
Our sober selves are still available to the public.
Right.
But our drunken selves, patrons got in a lockdown.
Yep.
Although I will say there are two special people who will be allowed into those who are not patrons because they help us behind the scenes.
It's a hall pass.
It is the hall pass situation because Tom and Josh
the patrons
understand.
But for the regular podcast, come and get it.
But we will still be releasing the audio version, so you'll still have that. You just won't get to see us do the jizzing hand motions that we do in
when
abundance.
We're sober, so
but there's more.
I mean, you won't get to see our eyes kind of slide in different directions or drool emerge from our mouths,
or when we have the hand puppet sex shows on the walls. That's the thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
I've got socks,
but it could be.
Listen, if that's what the people want to see, I don't give a shit.
Actually, somewhere in my stuff, I have a sock puppet William Jennings Bryan and a sock puppet Clarence Darrow, because I did a sock puppet reenactment of the Scopes trial. Where it was, awesome atheist lawyer for John Scopes, the biology teacher who'd been told that it's illegal to teach evolution, versus William Jennings Bryan, Reverend and former candidate for President of the United States of America. Ding, ding. And they had a big, highly publicized trial about evolution and stuff.
Yes,
I did that.
Did you have a dick puppet? Because...
I
know somebody who has a dick puppet.
That person is awesome. She made that dick puppet.
Yes.
Come up with ideas and you guys bring them to life. That's fun.
This story's fucked up, y'all.
Indeed.
I'm just saying, if people want puppet sex, we've got at least 3 puppets amongst the 3 of us. I've got, if you want to see Clarence Darrow and William Jennings Bryan hump each other in puppet form, I can make that happen.
We don't.
No.
But Amanda,
it's former enemies become lovers.
I mean, listen, whatever you're into, honey, I'm not judging you. But Amanda, you could send me your Dragon Age plushies, and I could make. You should put magnets also in their crotches, so you could.
Yeah.
What makes you think they don't have magnets in their crotches as well?
I mean, I figured you would have revealed that detail last week, but you're right. I don't know that.
I'm glad that mag syllable resolved into nets. My brain started going to a much more horrible place.
What? You should put maggots inside of your plushies? Ew.
Well, in their crotches.
Magnums, I'm guessing?
Yes, it was mag. Okay. No, it was maggots. Yeah.
It's maggots.
Magnolias?
Steel ones.
No, I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen the movie, but I was in the play version once.
You can't say anything nice. Come sit next to me.
My colors are pink and pink.
Blush and bashful.
Pink and pink.
It's like some bitch dies of cancer.
No.
Oh,
Diabetes,
never mind then.
I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's Beaches, where someone dies of cancer, which I also haven't seen. I haven't seen many 80s lady tearjerker movies.
I haven't either. I was too young.
Ever be prepared for Steel Magnolias.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi guys. Welcome. We just launched into some weirdness.
Weird ass shit. Damsel Patreon goal, eyes wide shut event. Oh man,
no.
You do not want to give us license to make creepy sex masks.
Oh.
You won't like what results.
I think you underestimate what our fans want / like.
I think
okay, but don't say you
we
want
already
one.
have some creepy sex masks.
Wait, we do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hayden Christensen. And Jamie Lannister.
And Jamie Lannister's horrifying disfigured face.
Yeah.
Faceless face. Spoilers.
It sounds like a sex party to me. Let's put a new level on the Kickstarter, y'all. Eyes wide shut event with creepy masks.
Oh God, is that a level of like you can back us at that level and get invited to the thing, or is that like a stretch goal of like if we reach $50,000 we will create this video, or what?
I mean, I would assume, since it was said eyes wide shut event, that implies like we're gonna throw a sex party and everyone's invited that backed us at $50,000 or whatever. Speaking of creepy masks, here are Hayden Christensen's eyes.
Oh, no.
Oh shit, they fell out of my glasses. Oh, they're on my tits. Oh, there we go. That's a hit. Oh shit, one's in. Oh god damn it. It's getting into my crotch. Fuck. God cock damn it. Oh, that's lost.
Wow, if you're listening to the audio version, I'm really sorry. You missed a good time.
I just wanted to show off. I have this giant pile of Hayden Christensen lips and eyeballs right here from cutting
Rissy,
of the masks.
You could. I know this sounds crazy, but you could throw those away.
Why?
What?
But then they would be gone, and I couldn't look at them anymore.
I actually think you need to save those, and when you're sending out the care package for your turn, you need to include some of those in.
Yes.
So people
That's
just
the kind
get
of
random.
love.
It's like the golden ticket.
Yeah, that's how we show we care, patrons. You too can have cut out lips and eyeballs of Hayden Christensen. Sort of like what would go into a Hayden Christensen sausage. I reckon it ain't nothing but Hayden Christensen's lips and eyeballs. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't love anything about this conversation.
No.
You guys never seen Sling Blade?
No.
Yes.
No.
All I remember is mustard and biscuits.
Biscuits and mustard, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, I don't remember it very well, but
There's
a line about like hot dogs being made out of peckers and assholes, I think, or lips and assholes.
Oh
yeah.
God, I had a weird childhood because I was raised by my grandparents, so I like didn't get to see movies when I was a kid, so I missed out on a lot apparently.
In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have been shown Sling Blade. at a relatively young age.
I watched that well after the fact because an ex of mine really liked it. So, and would quote it all the time. And I didn't know where the quotes came from. And so I was made to watch it.
See, I remember I watched it I think when it was first released, because in marching band with my fellow band nerds, we would go around with our instruments. There's a thing in the movie where
we go around with our instruments.
Where the main character is like carrying around a lawnmower blade and approaches this douchebag guy. It's like, Carl, what are you doing with that lawnmower blade? I aim to kill you with it. Whack, whack, whack. And so you'd be carrying your trombone, in my case, or your clarinet or whatever, and be like, what are you doing with that clarinet? I aim to kill you with it. Like in the band room. It was good times.
That sounds slightly terrifying.
I mean, it was a weird high school, but perfect for me.
It explains a lot about you. Growing up in a weird high school.
Like, it was strange. Like, yeah, we had your kind of jock and nerd cliques, but everyone homogenized pretty well, actually. There was a lot of, like, flow in between the different groups, and if anything, it was kind of like the smartest kids that were on the top of the social hierarchy. But then some of those were also, like, the football players.
Or is that just what you told yourself? Because you tried to tell yourself you were cool.
No, I knew I was never cool. I mean, okay. I was in both the chess and Latin club, so I was the cool.
Yeah, so you had no chance.
I was not nearly cool. The apotheosis of cool.
You guys know there's a musical about chess, right? It's literally called Chess.
It's one of my favorite musicals.
That musical.
Cool.
Which is the only Broadway musical to have a #1 hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Aha.
Sorry,
the two dudes from ABBA.
That is, yes, they wrote all the music for it. That's just on my mind. A bunch of friends just auditioned for it out in LA, so it's just been on my mind. And then when you said chess, I was like, here's a weird fact that apparently you already know.
Yeah.
I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine.
Sunshine.
Okay.
I never mind when you bring up cool, weird factoids.
Well, apparently it wasn't that cool or weird.
No.
See?
Well, just because other people know something doesn't necessarily make it not cool or weird.
Disagree.
Yes, it does. You're not a very good hipster if you do that.
I'm an
You're a musical
hipster
friend.
Things.
Yes, well, we're very aware of that as well. Anyway, we wanted to have a quick podcast, and we haven't even gotten to the first order of business yet. We're just chatty bitches tonight.
We're just engaging in all sorts of foreplay.
I'm wet. How about you guys?
So moist. Very full of mucus in a sexy way.
Which we are going to wipe on things and send them to people who offer us money for it.
All that and more can be yours. That can also go in the care package. Oh, I wipe cervical mucus onto the Hayden Christensen lips and eyeballs.
Jesus Christ.
We were talking in the badass patron chat that we have. There was discussion of creating butterfly stamp art. So that
is it butterfly or clam stamp?
Oh no, the butterfly stamp is my favorite because it looks like a butterfly.
It does. Like,
I mean, yes, it is your clam, but if you stamp it and then you look at it, it's like a butterfly.
That's true. I guess I've heard clam stamp or clam tap when a woman, like, you know, basically teabags a guy for like a clam tap.
Sure, but I mean, they call it a mushroom stamp because it looks like a mushroom.
Oh no, that's a very good point. Yeah, so butterfly stamps. I like this terminology. And I know you love butterflies.
Yeah, I do. And yeah, we talked about like butterfly stamping a canvas and then surrounding it with actual butterfly stamps, like Lisa Frank butterfly stamps.
Yes. Yes, all
I think that would be lovely.
I agree. And then we can send them to people and be like, oh, what a wonderful work of art you have. Who are the artists? Well,
Rissy's vagina, actually.
You know, crazier things have been featured, like, in museums. So
That's very true.
I
Let's
know.
never forget Piss Christ.
Also, technically, it would be Rissy's labia.
Yes, because it's not. Well, I mean, I guess I could have a prolapse and paint with that, but I'd rather
yikes.
not.
I think you should maybe sing to the prolapse rather than using it for art. You should maybe go to your doctor.
Yes. Yeah.
Talk to your doctor.
If your vagina falls out of your hole.
Yes.
well, this has been a good episode 58. I'm gonna shut
wait,
it all
what if
down.
you could actually like voluntarily, like, so you know how like starfish, like if they get really hungry, they'll like push their stomach outside their bodies and they can eat that way? What if you could push your uterus outside your body and make it crawl around and like grab onto things?
Like to get pregnant?
Kind of crazy world where like you had to like catch sperm like that. Like sperm was just like, guys would just jack off into the air and like you'd have to be like, your uterus would be like, dum 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 dum.
Or if you, because you said it's when starfish are like really hungry is when that happens. So it's
when
just
you're really ovulating.
Yeah, and when your biological clock is really ticking, so like right around like age like 36, 38, your uterus just climbs out. It's like you're not getting the job done. I'll get the job done for us, and just starts latching onto dicks.
Yes, like thump.
That happened to a friend of mine once. It was painful. I'm not going to say for me it was painful, but for someone. Nope.
So in other news, you guys, the TeePublic store is on sale.
That's amazing.
So if you want to go check out what merchandise we have available, everything on TeePublic is on sale right now. So now is a great time to, unfortunately, we have nothing that has to do with prolapsed uteruses attacking penises, but give us time, we'll work on it.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
April, yes, there was. That movie is called Teeth, and it's actually one of Blythe's favorites.
I love Teeth. Also, Rissy, if you're going to talk to people in the chat, you should acknowledge what you're reading before you respond to it. Because I don't know what April said. The people don't know what April said.
Oh, April said, wasn't there a movie where this chick had teeth in her vagina?
That is true. It's also called vagina dentata.
What a wonderful phrase. It's a penis-free girl cavity. Vagina dentata.
Well.
Young warthog.
That happened.
Have vaginas?
Yeah, vaginas.
Vagina dentata.
We don't have a drunk Pridecast scheduled, do we?
I don't think so.
Okay, we should do that.
Yes.
We talked about it a little bit before, but that's definitely coming.
Don't you brandish your coffee at me, young lady.
I will brandish my coffee at you, for I am caffeinated. And you will be as well.
No knows.
Rissy.
Yes.
What movie did you see this week?
I saw it. It. And what about you, Blythe? What movie did you see?
I unfortunately also saw it.
Yay!
It, as you just said. Amanda, did you also see it?
Fuck no.
Okay. So you're the smart one of the group. Excellent. Good to know in case anyone is keeping score.
I saw the one before.
Rissy, did you say you didn't have any bad dreams?
No. Maybe I just use them all up with the book is scary because there's that whole whatever you can see on screen will never be as scary as what you can come up with in your own brain.
Sure. I wish, because I read the book.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
true.
still terrified.
That shoots my
film.
thesis all to hell.
I was terrorized.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I screamed and I screamed and I screamed. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Like, let me just pass along some info. Don't go to a movie theater full of boring white people. See this movie?
I didn't have a choice.
it's one of those things where you want to be in a theater with fun people, like people that aren't just like, well, come Buffy, let's mingle with the poor and sit and enjoy this in only the most sophisticated of ways. Like, so in the theater where I was, everyone, like every time something scary happens, it's, what the fuck is that? Oh, fuck, no, oh god, and then, then, oh no, oh fuck, it was like literally riding a roller coaster. We were all like laughing and screaming constantly. It was so much fun. I had such a blast.
I mean, listen, the movie was great, especially the parts that did not include Pennywise.
So like 5 minutes.
Yep, basically. Man, I really expected at least some of it to be not scary, or some of it to include some parts just without him popping up, and it just wasn't happening.
No, really, it wasn't. Like every scene, there's just this kind of like, maybe it was a slow build-up, but it was a build-up nonetheless to Pennywise showing up and scaring the fuck out of you.
It was constant. So
I was impressed by the way that it didn't get boring, even though like it was like the anti-Jaws.
Well,
like,
yeah,
you're not
because
supposed to show
Pennywise kept showing up constantly.
It didn't get any less like fun or less scary.
Oh, like, for sure not less scary. Even by the end of the movie, I still, like, I brought my Spider-Gwen hoodie and I had turned it backwards. And so I had my arms through it, and so that I could, like, hold up the hood and hide behind the hood.
You're adorable.
And I did frequently, even in the end of the film, which by then you think I would be, like, kind of used to seeing him. But he was still freaking my shit out. And I was like, I can't. I cannot. So.
And very different from Tim Curry's portrayal, which is good. That's a good thing that Bill Skarsgård decided to, like, totally go his own way. Fleetwood Mac style.
Did not realize that was the guy from Hemlock Grove. Have either of you watched Hemlock Grove?
I haven't, but isn't it also horror related?
Yeah, it's kind of Twilight-esque. It's got like vampires and werewolves, and it's very like moody and teen angsty. And I watched like the first 2 seasons and kept hoping it would get better, and it just didn't, and so I abandoned it. But I just was like, I had no idea until I got home that was the guy from Hemlock Grove. So
I read a description of the director of the movie, who's Italian, and he was describing like when he first he deliberately kept Bill Skarsgård away from the kids until it was time to like start doing their scenes together, so that they would be as terrified as possible with just no previous exposure to him. And then what the director said was, it was amazing. Like, the director was like, so like Bill Skarsgård, he just come out and they were so terrified of him. He was the most frightening person. He was like screeching and drooling and cavorting around and holding his body in strange ways and sometimes speaking in Swedish. Terrifying. I love it that it's like he's drooling and screaming, sometimes speaking in Swedish. Like, that's the scary part, brah. Like, what?
Do you know that Bill Skarsgård is actually the son of
the dude from ABBA?
His dad is a really famous actor, and he's like one of
who's in Thor.
Yeah, he's the doctor in Thor. And he has like 4 sons that are all, well, 3 of them are like legitimately successful actors, and I'm just like,
he has 8 kids total.
This fucking family, how are you so pretty and so talented?
Well, they're also all nudists. Like, the dad is like a hardcore nudist, so they're all just like, let's be naked and hot and also a clown.
Listen, other cultures, who knows?
Yeah, like, everyone's like, ooh, Bill Skarsgård is Pennywise. He's so hot. And I'm like, he's got a creepy face. Like, the makeup helps him be creepier, but...
Yeah, I was never, like, super attracted to him when I was watching Hemlock Grove, but...
His older brother is the one that was the sexy werewolf in the shitty adaptation of those shitty books.
Hemlock Grove. No, that's just him.
No. His Bill Skarsgård's older brother, like Alexander Skarsgård, is the werewolf from those terrible like dead and hating it. Southern Vampire Mysteries, I think they're called. True Blood.
Yes.
Show. Yeah, that's the TV show that was made from it. God, those books are fucking awful.
Did anybody watch any True Blood?
No. I hated those books so much. There's no way I was going near that TV show with.
I can't believe you read them. Ugh.
Only like a couple, just to see. It was for the same reason I read all the Twilight books. I was like, okay, these are insanely popular. Let's see, what I'm missing. Maybe there's something to this. No, there's nothing to it. And the answer is women read better books. Jesus fucking Christ, you vapid whores. Stop making these people successful. To our gender.
Okay,
and if you're looking for a book to read, buy mine. It's called Time Bangers, and that's what you're supposed to finish that up with.
I mean, not like men don't read stupid shit too, but for fuck's sake, ladies, do better.
To be fair, Twilight was like young adult bullshit.
I mean, but it was really bad bullshit, even for young adults.
Listen, I'm with you, but we don't have taste when we're that age. Come on.
I had way better taste than Twilight, because
shit, that's because you were led to good things, but not everyone has that luxury, and go easy on the younger girls.
Actually, I would say the chief sin of Twilight is not that it's trashy and problematic. That's true of lots of sort of teen romance. It's that it's boring. And if you want to read stupid teen smut where shit actually happens, there's like the whole world of Christopher Pike, or for fuck's sake, Sweet Valley High. Like, more shit happens in Sweet Valley High than in the entirety of the Twilight series. And there's nothing supernatural in it. Just one of the girls in there is a fucking psychopath.
There are a million of those books, though, so...
And they're each of them better than Twilight. And they're terrible.
Garbage. I disagree with that assessment. There are some pretty shitty Sweet Valley
At least
books.
Stuff happens.
I mean,
people, I don't know if they can drive their cars off cliffs and crap. Nobody does anything exciting in Twilight.
I personally loved the Fear Street series when I was a kid.
Yeah. I'm just saying if you want like stuff to be like, I'm a stupid teenager, I like dumb things until I learn to like good things. Like, there's lots of options out there that fucking never-ending snooze fests. Catered to teen girls. Like, you want bad role models? Like, you want books that will make your parents say, now, listen up, Betty Braylon, you shouldn't be reading this book because it doesn't teach you how to be a responsible woman in today's society. Like, if you want, like that, you want problematic women in your books, like, you can have them. It doesn't have to be Twilight. I
still maintain there's no accounting for taste at that age because you don't have tastes yet. You're still developing them. You have to read the shitty to later realize it was even shitty.
That is true, although often, I don't know, like, that's true to some extent, but I remember there's this one book that I read that it was so bad that sometimes I wonder if I hallucinated it. Because when I got it when I was 13, and it was a fantasy novel, and I got it in a grocery store, which was my first mistake. But shelf, and it was clearly a fantasy book, and I started reading it, and I'm like, this is so terrible. Like, I'm a 13-year-old. I don't have any taste in good things yet. I remember like thinking to myself, like, maybe it's like my first self-aware moment, that like, I could write something better than this, and I'm an idiot teenager. It was, it was so terrible. Like, it literally like warped the inside of my brain, and I still don't know if it actually existed or not.
Well, I would definitely be interested in knowing what that book is.
I can't remember the title.
Well,
I could describe it, but every time I've tried describing it to people, they're like, nope, that's not a thing I've ever encountered. I assume it was one of those, like, only 1,000 copies were printed and it was never reprinted because it was so fucking terrible. Like, although apparently there was a second one.
A second book?
Yeah, like it was, or at least it was supposed to be like a series. Like, it was
like the first book. I was like, how do you even know if you don't even remember the title of the first one?
I just remember seeing that there was like, coming soon, the stories of this stupid woman who has secret powers, and by secret powers, I mean when trouble, the hairs on the back of her neck stand up. Literally, the author clearly thought that's a fucking superpower. Also, that when you feel like electricity between you and your love interest, that it is literal electricity.
I mean, it's probably not the first author nor the last author to describe it in such a way.
But I mean,
speaking of good options for young women.
I love this segue already.
Shut up. Did you guys see that Patty Jenkins, Patty Jenkins, started second guessing myself. That's right. Patty Jenkins is like locked in to direct Wonder Woman 2.
Wonder Woman 2 has her on lockdown.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Sure.
No opinions?
It's Detective Comics. I think it's great and progressive and all that. Like, it's wonderful. I just don't care.
The first one was so good. How can you not care?
It's a Detective Comics thing. I'm just like, eh.
Okay, fine. Fuck you then.
It's great. Like, huzzah!
Amanda, what did you do this week?
Nothing.
You wrote things, though, in the show notes. That means you did stuff.
Maybe.
Rissy, shh! We don't talk about the show notes. This is all organic and unplanned.
Right, yes.
You didn't do anything this week?
I went to some friend's house and I played some Tyrants of the Underdark.
What is that? I've never even heard of it. Is it new? Is it old?
Were you in Menzo Berenzan?
Hush. It's a board game. It's D&D based, but it's like a territory control and a deck builder together. So, those are two types of games that I like, and it puts them together, and it's a lot of fun. And I kicked ass on it. My second time playing it.
Yeah, you did.
And I winded.
What?
So, are you like Drow or Illithids or?
No, it's like Risk and a deck builder together.
Oh,
it's a board game.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I meant like, your faction or whatever. Are you, do you have a specific nationality that is controlling your pieces?
I was the blue pieces.
That is like Risk.
Yeah.
Well, did it take 16 hours to play, and did it end every friendship you've ever made? Then it's not Risk.
Yeah, no, it certainly goes faster than that. I was mentioning this before we went live, but we were drinking from a very classy, delicious box of wine. And I realized the problem with that, when you're doing that at events, is that it's really hard to tell how much you've been drinking because it's just a box and you can't see. And then you wake up the next morning with a really bad hangover. So that's fun.
Ah, yes.
If only you could have counted the number of glasses you had poured down your gullet.
Nope, that's not going to happen. I'm trying to strategize how to beat everybody else in this game. I'm not paying attention to how much I'm drinking.
That's fair.
Too much to ask.
You got your priorities in order, clearly.
Yes. But yeah, it's a really fun game.
That sounds like it. D&D's been doing a lot of that lately. They made the Tomb of Elemental Evil, I think it was, into like a kind of board game-ish sort of thing and broke it up into little pieces. It's a very famous old D&D adventure that kills everyone. Like, it's one of those rocks fall, everyone dies type of adventures.
Those can be fun.
They can be fun.
I mean, obviously, you go into that looking to play it as something short term.
Yeah, obviously. Like you don't do that with like your favoriteest character ever.
No. Hey, now that we've got our stories established and whatnot, let's kill everybody.
Yeah. That's the time to make the most obnoxious characters possible because you'll have so much fun, as will everyone else, getting them killed. That's I'm gonna min-max this fucking shit. Hey, my really obnoxious character in our current game is also very useful.
Yes. I love how obnoxious she is. Out of character. I love it. In character, my character gets annoyed with her quite a bit, but it makes for a lot of fun.
Everyone should get horribly annoyed with her. She's completely batshit nuts.
Yeah.
I just got a new card game that I'm really excited for.
What game is that?
I think I talked about the first version. It's called Nightmare Forest.
Ooh.
And the first one was a zombie game.
It looks scary.
Yeah, this one is called Nightmare Forest Alien Invasion.
Ooh.
And I really liked the zombie version, but this one is actually co-op. And you guys know how I feel about co-op board and card games.
I do enjoy a good co-op game.
So I'm really excited to bust this out and try it. I kickstarted it, because of course I did. So I'm looking forward to this. You guys should come play it with me.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So, have you guys been playing any other games?
I played, my friend Matt introduced me to this game where you play as various fantasy authors. And it's like, do you guys remember Garbage Pail Kids? Amanda, I know you do.
Yes.
But Blythe, I know that might be slightly before your time.
No, I remember Garbage Pail Kids. And How Did This Get Made just did the Garbage Pail Kids movie, which, by the way, apparently there was a character named Blythe.
Huh. Interesting.
I didn't know there was a Garbage Pail Kids movie,
actually.
Well, you didn't know because it
was
really bad.
Don't want to see it. Yeah.
I really do want to see it, though.
You should listen to the How Did This Get Made episode. It's like I never watched the movies before I listened to the podcasts. And I'm sure I would enjoy them a little bit more if I did, but realistically, I'm just not going to do that. But it was really fun to listen to. It was a really good episode.
I have the habit of listening to How Did This Get Made podcasts for movies that I've already seen because I just had watched them. Because I've watched many terrible movies. Although I maintain that Bob Hoskins is a treasure and Super Mario Brothers is an awesome fucking movie. Fuck all the haters.
I mean, you can have it. I don't know what to tell you about that one, Sunshine.
But anyway, so imagine like Garbage Pail Kid cards for fantasy and science fiction authors. With like goofy names like Sand Branderson. That's one of the shittier ones, or at least funny ones, but apparently like he wasn't in the original set of cards and it was like a Kickstarter thing, and he like called them up and was like, can I be in your card game, you guys? And they were like, yeah, sure. So they made him a stretch goal. I just love it that they didn't include him, and he was like, all the other authors are hanging out without me in card form. I need to join in.
He's probably very polite about it, though.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. I didn't swear even the slightest bit.
No.
No matter how upset he was. But yeah, like J.R.R. Tolkien, where he's like, you know, getting high off all the pipe weed and whatever. And like, so you have to like write a book, and you do that. Like you have to have a plot card, an antagonist and a protagonist, and you have to draw those, and then you play like, you get to play cards and draw cards by, you're entirely fueled by caffeine. So you have like latte card or double espresso or things like that. Fuck with the other people's, you know, ability to play cards and all that sort of thing. And each author has like their own special ability that relates to what kind of author they are. Stephanie Meyer is in there.
Jason and William have pointed out that apparently there is a tabletop version of Legends of the Hidden Temple and an Oregon Trail cooperative card game.
Ah! And why are we not doing that right this fucking minute?
Yeah, I want.
If there was an Odell Lake game of some kind, I would masturbate to it every day. I would literally use the pieces to rub on myself. That's how much I love Odell Lake.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, Odell Lake was this amazing Apple IIe game that I played around the same time as Oregon Trail. And you're a fish, and you live in Odell Lake, and you could be different types of fish, and then you react to various stimuli, which means you could either eat something, or you could run away from danger, that kind of stuff. But there's certain things you're not supposed to eat, and you have to go in different directions to get away from different types of. So if like a hawk is swooping down, you need to swim into the deepest part of the lake. But if an otter is chasing you, you have to go like far away from it, not up or down, because if you do that, it'll catch you. Also, there are certain foods that certain fish love more than anything else, and it is a cruel trick. If you are a chub, your favorite food is algae. All other fish, when they eat the algae in Odell Lake, and you lose 50 points. The only fish that likes algae is the chub. However, if you are a chub, if and only if, and you see algae and fish hook in, and it goes, and you turn into a skeleton, like one of those skeletons that are all in trash cans, and you get yanked out of the water, but only if you're a fucking chub. Only if it's the food that you actually enjoy and would gain points from does it kill you. And if that's not a metaphor for the human condition, I don't know what is.
I don't know what just happened, you guys. I think we all probably entered into a fugue state. Much like we were discussing earlier.
Right, yes. So what's a fugue state amongst friends? It's all
Oh,
fine.
God, Rissy.
I just love that fucking game so much.
Yeah, clearly. You just, like, explain the entire plot to us. Of a game I will never play.
You say that now.
I do know. I
will release it
I
in
will
board
put
game
money
form.
on it. Listen,
Apparently
I just
there's
want
an
to.
Australian version, and you can be a sea cucumber.
I just want to talk about how I could visit the Shrine of the Silver Monkey in tabletop form.
I mean, that would be really awesome.
I'm just saying. I want.
Oh, somebody,
I want
Josh is recommending the Mouse Guard RPG.
The what RPG?
Tabletop RPG being recommended for you, Blythe. I enjoy the Mouse Guard comics.
Oh,
It's about mice. They
I'm
ride around on
familiar. I just have not. I've just not read any of it. So. What else do we have on the table to discuss tonight?
Oh, lots of people died.
Yeah, but I don't know any of those people.
Len Wayne, creator of the Wolverine Snick, lead editor of Swamp Thing and Watchmen. I love Watchmen.
And we all know how much Wolverine is beloved here in this group of our threesome.
Hey, I think it's great we can love Wolverine now.
No, Amanda still hates him.
Oh, I forgot that. Sorry.
Oh.
Hate is a strong word. I'm
She
very
just doesn't give a shit.
apathetic about Wolverine.
I can understand people being apathetic about comics.
No, about the character. Wolverine specifically.
Don't put words into my mouth, bitch. I didn't say comics. I said Wolverine.
I meant
That's
like
one
types
person.
of comics. So it would be Wolverine comics. I assume you would be apathetic to.
Wolverine character.
No, yeah.
Specifically Wolverine.
Yeah, Rissy, don't you ever listen to this podcast? We clearly had discussions about Amanda not giving a fuck about Logan.
Yeah.
I
I just think he's boring.
Yeah.
The only parts of the podcast I remember is when you guys would mispronounce things.
I wasn't serious. No one thought you were actually listening to our podcast.
No.
Seriously. I
No.
mean, I tried, but mostly so I could correct you on pronunciation.
You made more of an effort than I would have, that's for sure.
Sure. But that's just so she could shove her glasses up and say, well, actually.
Well, actually.
Yes.
Yes, and then apparently a sci-fi guy,
Yes, Jerry Pornell. I'm friends with his son.
because of writing stuff.
We met at Worldcon where his dad was up for an award 2 years ago. But yeah, so Jerry Pornell is, I mean, like a legit big deal in the sci-fi community. I've never read any of his books because I don't really care for military science fiction. I like my science fiction the way I like my men, which is to say full of sandworms.
That's fair.
So yeah, like hard-boiled military SF, not really my scene. But apparently Jerry Pornell was great at it. So yeah,
I
sucks that
will
he's dead.
take your word for it. So
Yeah.
I'm sad that people who are fans of their work lost them.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry that I am not more affected and can't talk about it, those of you who requested it.
He was definitely loved, so there's that.
Well, good. I don't know if you guys know this, but I, last week, went to see the new voice of Tom Servo do some stand-up comedy.
How was
It's
it?
so good.
I'm so jealous.
It's so good. I have been...
Did he do?
What?
Did he do any Tom Servo? Like, did he
No, girl.
like mention Tom?
Nah. No, I've been a big fan of Baron Vaughn's comedy for years, and so I was very excited to see that he was playing Tom Servo. But yeah, and so I hadn't seen him in like 2 years performing, and so I was really excited, and it was good. He did lots of funny jokes, and then he like at the end opened it up to questions and was just like talking to the people. It was so it was really nice. It was very like we got like 30 minutes of stand up and then like 30 minutes of just like hanging out with Baron. It was cool. He's pretty great.
Awesome.
Also, he's on Grace and Frankie. So if you're like a old person who watches Netflix series, I hear Grace and Frankie is really good.
Is that like about where the one roommate is gay? No, that's Will and Grace. Never mind. That's another old people thing that I didn't really watch.
No, Rissy. 2 characters can have the same name and not be the same person.
No,
no, it's actually got a killer cast.
Yeah, it does.
It's fucking Lily Tomlin, isn't it?
Tomlin and Jane Fonda. Is that?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Is that right? No, I said that, and I'm thinking. But Sam Waterston and Martin Sheen.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So it is literally an old people thing. Okay, I thought you just meant that it was like the sort of programming old people would like. So maybe like people like dancing, ballroom dancing.
No, they're selling vibrators. They're selling vibrators to older women who have arthritis problems. So they're making like, they're. Well, the whole thing is
wrapped up.
These 2 women, like their husbands divorced them because their husbands have finally come out of the closet and are getting married to each other. And like that happens in the very first episode, and it's just it's
also you know who else is in that? Who else is in Grace and Frankie? Is June Diane Raphael, who is one of the hosts of How Did This Get Made? It all comes full circle.
Like all those old women who are coming full circle with their new vibrators.
With their brand new vibrators.
Get it, girl!
Amanda, you posted some new art on Instagram this week. Was that new, or is that just a new post?
New to
us.
No,
that was new.
You made that recently?
Uh-huh.
It's really pretty.
I made that this weekend while I was watching the new BoJack Horseman, which like I tore through because those episodes are so short.
Are they?
Yeah, and it's, it's a Netflix season, so it's not that. Yeah, they're only like the 22-minute things or whatever. So.
Yeah, all of my comedian friends were raving about BoJack Horseman, and they still are. I just haven't. Oh, hey, look, there it is. There's a baby sunflower.
I make this. This is what I did.
Thank you, Rachel.
No, just me, not a dragon. But I sat on my ass and cut up some paper and watched some cartoons. Is what I did this weekend.
Sometimes that's what you need to do.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome, actually.
Did you make it for something specific, or?
Nope.
Well, there you go.
I have like stacks of pictures of things that I will just like rifle through and decide, I'm gonna make a this.
So it's available for sale then?
Sure.
If you're interested, let her know, because she'll sell it to you.
Blythe is the Segway queen tonight.
I'm just saying.
You could practically be Paul Blart Mall Cop. That's how on top of these Segways you are.
That is offensive, and I do not appreciate it.
I liked it.
You would.
Also, you're dumb, Rissy. But that was good.
Yes, I know.
But also
Thank
dumb.
you.
I think
two of us have.
What?
Oh, go ahead. You first.
Two of us have what?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Something to hate on in terms of summer TV programming.
Wait, there's two of us?
I actually think we need to move to the Dork Pride chat topic.
We can definitely talk about summer programming next week, because that show will still be just as shitty as it was.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's already stopped airing, so who gives a shit?
Thank God.
But yes, we need to have a good discussion with us and the people in the chat. So let's move on to the hashtag Dork Pride chat.
Hashtag Dork Pride chat. Well, apropos of nothing, what with the release of it and all these other horror movies that are planned coming out, it is the season of spooky ghosts and goblins. So everyone in the Dork Pride chat, what is your favorite horror trope? This could be for books or movies or maybe just the fictional thing that scares you the most. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, Rissy, you have to go first.
Oh, God damn it, I forgot that part. Okay.
Actually, I've got one.
Oh, go for it.
If you need to think, my trope, the thing that scares me the most is mirrors. All the shit with mirrors.
That's a good one. Mirrors
and I know that's
ass.
And it's one of those, like, anytime someone is like brushing their teeth and they open up the medicine cabinet, you know when they're gonna shut it, there's gonna be something there, and it's like one of those, every goddamn time they do it, but it freaks me the fuck out every time. Like, that always gets me. And mirrors are just terrifying. I can't look at a mirror when it's nighttime. Like, if I'm going to run to the bathroom and not turn the lights on, I can't. I have to make sure not to.
Actually, it literally does something weird to your brain. Like, people have like hooked people up to brain scanning machines and made them look at mirrors in the dark and things like that. And it really does fuck with you on the inside. You're not supposed to look at your own reflection when it's dark. Screws up your brain.
That's weird. I had no idea. But Amanda, I am with you.
Yeah.
Like, when those scenes happen and they're about to close the medicine cabinet, and I know it's coming, and it still scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, it's not, because it is such a well-known trope. Like, it's definitely going to happen, but it's still, but there's also the anticipation of, like, oh God, they're looking in a mirror, and then they're going to look away, and.
Or there's also the, like, brushing their teeth, and then they, like, bend over and, like, spit into the sink or whatever, and so instead of closing the cabinet, then they look back up. Yeah. And then the thing is there.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, I hate that. And I'm the same way. I'm the same way where I cannot, like, if I have to go near a mirror in the middle of the night, like, there have to be lights on. I'm totally with you. I get that. Oh, my God, do I get that.
Do you guys have to, anytime you're going to the bathroom, do you have to, like, pull back the shower curtain?
No.
To make sure there's nothing in there?
No.
Like a dead body or something?
Nope.
Anybody out there? Hit us up. Let us know. Make me feel less crazy. I know my Lunatiques co-author does, like, and so I know there's other people out there.
Although, you know what? The shower curtain that we have actually has a panel that's about face height. That's, it's not like plastic see-through, but it's like mesh. It's like a really fine mesh. So it's actually see-through. And I think that helps me to be less freaked out by what's behind the shower curtain, because, like, first of all, it's light colored and you wouldn't be able to hide behind mine very well. And second of all, yeah, that mesh panel, like, I mean, realistically, you could be, like, huddled down and I wouldn't be able to see. But it also helps when I'm taking a shower, because I used to get a little freaked out if I couldn't see the whole, like, psycho sort of, deal.
That freaks me out as well. Like, both being concealed, like, within the shower, and the idea that I'm outside the shower but something could be concealed within it.
Definitely. I highly recommend getting a shower curtain that has that see-through panel.
My shower curtain it's fully opaque, but it's so cute. I got it in Anthropology, and it's, like, the cutest.
Listen, if you want to continue being scared, then fine, keep pooping in the shower. I don't give a shit. I'm offering you solutions.
It was my sister pooped on me in the shower when she was, like, 3 years old.
What?
Okay.
How old were you guys?
So she was 3, so I would have been like 4 or almost
27.
5.
I was gonna say, I was
27
hoping it was
and,
like, it was like 3 weeks ago, and
Right. She thought it would be so hilarious.
Domestic terrorism.
and
Yes.
it was hilarious.
It was. Joke's on her.
It was just the tiniest little poop. Like, as far as my favorite horror trope, I love the final girl. Like, I can't help myself. I know it's kind of problematic or whatever, but I really like it that, like, you know, it all comes down to one woman who's the least sexually experienced, and she has to murder her way out of the situation that she's in against unthinkable odds. I enjoy that. To great effect in the movie, kind of horror deconstruction movie Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Fallon, which is basically like you know, the people that do the mockumentaries like A Mighty Wind and Best in Show. Imagine that, but for horror movie villains if they were real people. Leslie Fallon, who's trying to become one of them, and it's all about like his journey and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's fucking hilarious. He has to do a lot of cardio, like, to get that, like, the kind of slow, menacing, non-stopping walk thing.
Yeah, that's a weird one, where the person chasing you is always like walking and you're running, and yet they're still always right behind you.
Well, that's because you keep falling. You keep tripping on
my ankle!
Roots and things.
There's actually an theory about that and why a lot of people seem to find it like that it resonates with them. So yeah, you're sprinting away from someone, but humans, we're not good sprinters. Compared to other animals, we suck butt at running fast. We're not good at it. We can't do it for all that long. But what we are good at is long distance running. Which was kind of what we used back in the African savannah. Like, it's a lot easier for us to chase down much larger animals by wearing them down over long distances. This is like, between that and our big brains and our opposable thumbs is kind of what made us as a species. And so this is completely untestable, but I love it as a theory that that's where that horror trope comes from. The idea is no matter how fast you run, this person behind you is never going to stop. And you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to asphyxiate yourself by breathing like so fast, trying to sprint away, but you're a shitty sprinter. It'll never work. Slow and steady wins the race and murders all of the teenagers in the forest.
As well they should.
The stupid kids, get off my lawn.
So, Blythe, what is your favorite?
Yeah.
Well, favorite is an interesting one.
Well,
just to be clear here. But probably the one that definitely scares me the most is inanimate objects coming to life.
Oh, fuck yeah, I hate that shit.
I may have discussed this before, but I was traumatized by the Neverending Story pretty heavily. So even though it's one of my favorite movies,
hurt us the most, especially
kids movies,
children.
yeah, for sure. But the Southern Oracle.
Oh my God, yes!
Walking through, and they open their eyes and shoot lasers at him. It has legitimately made me afraid of large statues for basically my entire life. I'm just really starting to get over it, but that is also just a common horror trope where like things that are not alive, especially human or animal shaped things, getting up and coming after you just scares the fucking
that's the whole
daylights out of you.
Yeah, the weeping angel or whatever from
yes,
the
and
Doctor Who.
Even those
stuff.
Mannequins in like the first couple episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those things were like a big old bowl of nope.
They were so bad, and they were so badly done because they didn't have a good budget then, and they still scared the living shit out of me. I was like, no, I'm out. I don't want anything
that's like
these.
Straight from the uncanny fucking valley right there. Like like that moment in It where Richie's in the room full of clowns and you just see the one's head slowly turn. Ugh. I think it plays on our fears of like you're in a room full of stuff and then you're like, did that thing move? Like,
yeah. For sure. It freaks me out. Because then you
get some good shit in the chat, you guys.
And you don't know what to be afraid of. Like, if it's not living object and it comes to life, like, what's not gonna jump out and try to kill me? So
I remember the Laura Croft movie. It was like every time she came to a room, something
there, and then you look and it's there, and you turn and you look back and it's gone, and like there's not, because there was that short on like
Lights
YouTube
Out
that somebody had made. Yeah, like where they were turning the lights. Yeah.
No,
that thing scared the piss out of me. You made me watch it, Amanda. You did that. You did that to me.
Somebody did that to me, so I know. Yeah, it's one of those just like, oh God. No, I will catch things out of the corner of my eye that I'm not expecting, like in my own house, and it will freak the fuck out of me. And it's like something that has probably been there for a while. On the back of my couch, I have this stuffed one of the turrets from Portal. Like it's a stuffed one that like makes sound. It's got a motion sensor on it. The battery's been dead for a while, so it's not making any sound, but it's been sitting on the back of my couch. I came downstairs like a week or so ago and just noticed it out of the corner of my eye and thought for some reason that it was a cat. And that freaked me out because I don't have a cat, so there should not be a cat in my house. It was like, oh God. And I'm like, it's the stuffed thing that's been there for like since before Gen Con, because it was something that I was maybe going to bring to Gen Con, and so it was sitting there and is still. But yeah, that didn't even move. That's just, I wasn't expecting it to be there, and it scared me. So God forbid something were to
actually
move. Or I looked away and looked back and then it was gone, then I probably would have
shit
burned
myself.
the whole house down. Yeah.
Nuke from orbit, only way to be sure.
Yep. That.
I know we have to wrap up in just a second. I just wanted to say, Elvis, like your trope, the slow hand out of the dark on the main antagonist's shoulders, that right there, man, that is the money shot. That happens a couple of times in it, and it's done to great effect. Like the slow hand, and it's got to be really long with long, pale fingers. Oh, it freaks me out in like my favorite ways, though. Like,
yeah, that scares. That freaks me out. I can't.
Especially if it's coming out of like corn or something.
Oh, why would you? Oh, why?
Corn is also scary.
Yes.
Like any kinds of plants that are like taller than you at night are just field of nightmares.
Guys, we should go to a corn maze together.
We should.
Yes. A maze.
A maze at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God. If you guys out there listening or watching this have anything else that you want to contribute, definitely post on Twitter and hashtag it with Dork Pride Chat. You can also do it on Facebook. We're just less likely to see it since Facebook isn't very hashtaggy.
Yes, Facebook.
But yeah, so we had a couple people participating on Twitter last week, and we retweeted those, and there were some really great ones. In fact, Josh Thomas at Imp in My Head posted a really great picture of himself as a DBZ character that he'd made once, which made me so happy. So yeah, definitely tweet at us and use the hashtag so that we can all appreciate what it knows, what scares you. Does anybody remember that Are You Afraid of the Dark episode?
Oh, yes, indeed.
I loved that little gargoyle guy and it knows what scares you. Oh,
I like the one with the evil woman that was running a makeup shop and was like turning her assistants into dogs so she could cut their tongues out.
I don't remember that one, but it sounds delightful.
Awesome.
Find that. I think all the episodes are on YouTube now. I want you to find that episode for me.
Okay.
Because I do not recall it, and I did like a rewatch of every Are You Afraid of the Dark episode like a decade
another
ago.
thing I hallucinated. God damn it, when will the hallucinations end?
Well, there was the lady that was running the shop, and like the girl came in and wanted the sneakers, but I don't remember like makeup.
Wasn't there one where a lady was running a shop and the girl came in and stole a dress?
This was definitely not the same. It's so this girl cute girls. This is like awkward girl who doesn't know about makeup. She has a cute girlfriend. Cute girlfriend works in this trendy boutique and is like, come and get a job. Madam Zinnia Zanza, the mysterious woman who runs the shop, will love you. So they both start working there, and then cute girlfriend disappears, and it turns out like all of her other employees have also disappeared. And, you know, so it's kind of like the awkward girl learns about makeup.
I just want to watch this. I want to watch this episode if it is in fact real. And I don't know, it sounds vaguely familiar. So find it for me because I really want to watch it again.
Okay.
We'll all watch it and report back next week.
And we'll all float.
We'll all float.
No.
No, we won't.
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that is going to be it for episode 58 of the Dork Pridecast. As always, of course, we want to give a big thank you to Sarah Donner for allowing us to use music off of her latest album, Black Hole Heart.
You can find the Damsels of Dorkington on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, other places, wherever. You can also join our Facebook group by searching for Dork Pride Worldwide. And by the way, if you are part of that Facebook group, every Wednesday morning we post and say, hey, what do you guys want to hear us talk about on the podcast tonight? So if you want to be a part of that, definitely find the group and request to join, and we will approve it like really quickly because Amanda and we always fight over who can approve it first. So
We do.
Search for Dork Pride Worldwide and join us there.
You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where besides becoming one of our favorite people, you can also get access to rewards that are only available there, such as being on the list of super awesome patrons that we thank at the end of the podcast, like these people. Let's do this shit like the Micro Machine Man, Mary Henderson, Joshua Griffiths, Colin Murray, Richard Hirsch, Josh and Jessica Rowell, Sean Palmer.
That was like the Micro Machine Man. All right, Amanda, now you and I have to go back and forth as quickly as possible. And this is an even-numbered episode. All right, I'm queued up. Let's go.
Okay.
You start.
Okay. Travis and Wendy Mays.
Aaron Felson.
Luke Kozlowski.
Miriam Plinkin.
Greg Milliken.
John Latch.
Alec Teller.
Justin Mansfield.
Gordon Nelson.
Jason Vickery.
Carlos Mancera.
And Jason Sanchez. Thank you to all of you, because you're awesome, and you guys got to go buy this product and make your parents buy it for you. Micro Machines. Cool.
So, thanks for joining us, everyone. This has been episode 58 of the Dork Pridecast. We will see you all next week.
Deuces!
Jetpack, motherfuckers.